Hi student, today in this video I am going to start the chapter electricity. So that is the chapter from class 10 syllabus. So from this chapter we will learn about the concept of source, about Ohm's law, about potential difference, heating effect of electric current, Joule's law of heating effect, all this. So first I am going to start the topic source. So there is two types of source. One is positive source and another one is negative source. Negative source. So positive source is known as proton and negative source is known as electron. The value of source of a single proton, suppose we denote it by QP, we denote source by Q and P for proton or for positive source. Its value is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and value of a single electron is also 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 electron, but it is negative. Okay. Similarly, mass of a single electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and mass of a single proton is approximately 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. So here the positive source is heavier than the negative source. Okay. So there are a few properties of source. Properties of source. Our first property of source is additivity. Additivity. So according to this property, suppose we consider a system, and in this system there is n number of charges are there, Q1, Q2, Q3 up to Qn. So in that case the total charge of the system is equal to the algebraic sum of all the charges. Okay. So suppose we consider a system where few charges are there, like suppose in this system there is charges 2 coulomb, 5 coulomb, minus 4 coulomb, 9 coulomb, minus 6 coulomb. Suppose these 5 charges are there. Now if we need to calculate the total charge of the system, it will be 2 coulomb plus 5 coulomb plus minus 4 coulomb plus 9 coulomb plus minus 6 coulomb. So it will be how much? 11, 16 minus 10, that is 6 coulomb. Okay. So this property of source is called additivity. So our next property is quantization of source. This is a very important property. Quantization. Some numerical are also arises from this concept. So according to additivity property, what we have got, the total charge equals to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 up to Qn. Okay. Now suppose we consider that all the charges which are present in the system are electron. Then all these charges will be equals to E. Because you consider all the charges as electron, then Q1, Q2, Q3 up to Qn, all are equals to E because electrons are represented by E. Then total charge will be E plus up to E. So how many E's are there? N number. So if we add all these, it will be equals to N into E. and this formula is called quantization formula, where n can be 0 or plus minus 1 or plus minus 2 or plus minus 3, like that. Okay. So if it is 0, then charges will be 0. If it is plus 1, then charges will be plus 1. If it is minus 1, then it will be minus 1, because charge can be positive or can be negative. If it is 2, it will be plus 2. If it is minus 2, then it will be minus 2. Plus 3, minus 3. So in this form, we can get the value of charge. But always remember here we can't get 2.5. Charge cannot be equals to 2.5 E. So that means charge remain as always as the integral multiple of E. Okay, we can't divide charge. That's why it always remain as the integral multiple of E, and this is called quantization of charge. Okay, let's solve a numerical from here. So question is it possible for a body to have a 3.4 microcoulomb charge? Not microcoulomb, 3.4 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb of charge. So we have to say whether a body can acquire this mass of charge or not. Let's see. So Q given here 3.4 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and E we know this value, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. According to quantization formula, Q equals to NE. From here, if we calculate the value of N, it will be Q by E. Okay. So value of Q is 3.4 into 10 to the power minus 19 is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Cancel. So 3.4 by 1.6. So if we divide it, we will get 232 2.01642. So it is approximately equals to 2.12. So this is not an integer number. So I already told you n should be in the form plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, but 2.12 is not possible. That's why it is not possible for a body to acquire this much of charge. Okay. Next, our third property is conservation of charge. So conservation of charge, according to that property, charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay. So these are the properties of charge. Next, move to electric current. So what is electric current? Electric current is it is defined as the rate of flow of electric charge through a conductor. Rate of flow of electric charge through a conductor. Suppose we consider a conductor here, okay, and we connect it to a battery. The longer side of the battery is considered as a positive terminal, and the shorter side is considered as a negative terminal. So when we connect this conductor with a battery, then current will flow from positive to negative terminal of the battery like this, in this direction, clockwise direction current will flow. So suppose in this conductor Q amount of charge flows in time t. Okay, in this conductor Q amount of charge flows in time t. Now see, if amount of charge flows at time t is equals to q, then amount of charge flows at 1 second, it will be q by t, unitary method. So if at time t q amount of charge flows, then in 1 second q by t amount of charge will flow. So that is the rate of flow of charge. That means how much charge flows in 1 second, that is called rate of flow of electric charge, and that is equals to q by t, that means charge by time, and that is our electric current, I equals to q by t. So that is the formula of electric current, current represented by capital I. Okay, so remember, electric current equals to electric charge divided by time. So it is a its SI unit is ampere, and this unit is represented by capital A. Okay. So from here I equals to q by t. Now if q equals to 1 coulomb, this capital C represent coulomb. Coulomb is the SI unit of electric charge, and t equals to 1 second, then I will be equals to 1 coulomb by 1 second. So 1 by 1 coulomb per second, and this coulomb per second is called ampere. So from this mathematical expression we can define 1 ampere of electric current like that 1 ampere is the amount of current which is generated by the flow of 1 coulomb of charge for 1 second through a conductor. Okay, if through a conductor 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second, the current which will generate in that conductor, that current will be equals to 1 ampere. Okay. So next we will discuss about electric potential and electric potential difference. And before that we have to understood this term electric field, because in an electric field only, within an electric field only, we can get the value of electric potential and electric potential difference. Suppose we consider a source here, source Q. So if we place another source, suppose this source is Q0, we placed here, then between these two sources we will get an electrostatic force, because this force will apply a force on the source Q0. If they are like charges, then Q will apply a repulsive force on Q0, or if they are unlike charge means if one positive, one negative, then Q will apply an attractive force on charge Q0. But if the same charge, if we place at a very large distance, okay, if we place at very large distance, then this charge will unable to apply force on this charge Q0 because distance is more. So question is, when we increase the distance, why this charge unable to apply force on Q0? Because this charge Q will create an electric field in this surroundings like this. in the surroundings, Q will create an electric field. If we placed any charge Q naught within this region, then only the charge Q will apply a force on Q naught. If we placed outside the electric field, then this Q will not be able to apply this force on Q naught. Okay. So definition of electric field is like that. So it is the region around a charged particle up to which the charged particle can apply force on another charged particle, and this region generally in spherical in shape. Okay. Suppose in this electric field we consider a point P, and at that point P we need to find the electric potential. Okay. So from an infinite distance means from a very large distance, suppose a charged particle Q naught we move to the point A. Okay, from an infinite distance we move the charged particle Q naught from here to here, and to perform this we do an work done W. Okay, W amount of work done is required to move the charge Q naught from infinity to this point P. Now, if to move the charge Q naught from infinity to the point P, W amount of work done is required, then move a 1 coulomb of charge, we need an work done of W by Q naught. Unitary method. If for Q naught W amount of work done is required, then for 1 coulomb W by Q amount of work done will be required, and that work done is called electric potential at this point P. That means electric potential is the amount of work done. Electric potential is the amount of work done required to move a unit positive charge from infinity to this point. Okay. So this is our electric potential. Its SI unit is volt. Volt is represented by capital T, and it is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. So okay, now we got the formula for electric potential, that is W by Q naught, that is work potential equals to work done by charge. Now if W equals to 1 joule and Q naught equals to 1 coulomb, then V will be equals to 1 joule by 1 coulomb, that is 1 joule per coulomb. This joule per coulomb is called volt. So from this mathematical expression, now we can define 1 volt. So 1 volt is the amount of potential, or we can also define like this: if 1 joule of work done is required, 1 joule of work done is required to move a charge of 1 coulomb from infinity to a certain point, then potential at that point is said to be 1 volt. Okay. So next, electric potential difference. So this is our electric potential. Okay, this is electric potential. Now electric potential difference, and for that we have to consider 2 points in the electric field. Suppose we consider 2 points A and B, and we move a charge of Q naught from A to B, and for that we perform a work done of W. So here also, if to move a charge Q naught from A to B, W amount of work is required, then to move a 1 coulomb of charge, we need a work done of W by Q naught. Okay, and that is also our electric potential difference between the 2 points A and B. That means electric potential difference is also the work done required to move a unit charge means 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another in an electric field. Okay, so for electric potential difference also our expression is work done by charge. Okay, suppose these are the 2 points A and B. Okay, A and B. Suppose at point A our electric potential is VA and at point B electric potential is VB. Now if we need to find the electric potential between the point A and B, and here we move the source from A to B. Okay, we move the source from A to B. So in that case B will be our final position, A is the initial position, because we move the source from A to B. In this case the electric potential between A and B is equals to electric potential at B minus electric potential at A. Similarly, now if we move the source from B to A, okay, now we move the source from B to A. In this case the electric potential difference between B and A is equals to VA minus VB. That means it is final potential minus initial potential. If here it is potential 9 volt and here it is potential 2 volt, then electric potential between A and B is 9 volt minus 2 volt equals to 7 volt. So in this way we can find the electric potential difference. So now both electric potential and electric potential difference almost the same thing. Their SI unit also same, volt only, and both are scalar quantity. So difference is that in electric potential, okay, we found electric potential at a single point in an electric field. Okay, and that single point from infinity we move a unit source to this point, and for this purpose we perform a work done, and that work done is equals to electric potential. Now for electric potential difference, what we do, we consider the 2 points within the electric field only, and we move a unit charge from one point to another, and for that whatever work done is required, that work done will be a electric potential difference. Okay.